Welcome to CivicSchool. We're so glad you're here. We're a grassroots effort to bring free, accessible civics education to young people in the Greater Toronto Area, GTA.
On October 24th, voters across the region will vote in a municipal election. We represent a group of young people who want to equip our peers across the GTA to get meaningfully involved in critical decisions about the future of the Greater Toronto Area. This module outlines 1. How municipal politics affects your day-to-day life, 2. The people responsible for making decisions in municipal government, and 3. Some of the challenges facing municipal governments in the GTA.
An important note about politics. When a young person expresses interest in working in politics, they'll often be asked whether they can handle bad behavior and poor morals that many assume are in politics. This can create apathy in politics and a self-fulfilling prophecy that discourages honest, passionate young people from engaging in their communities, and that doesn't have to be the case.
The aim of CivicSchool is to demystify how politics works in practice and break barriers that hold youth back from pursuing public service. We focus on topic areas including data collection, canvassing, social media, building relationships with allies, anti-racism, reconciliation, treaties, anti-colonialism, and so much more. We're trying to equip young people to build stronger communities and mobilize for positive change. Thank you for taking the time to get into the nitty-gritty details of how local government works. We hope that this video helps you learn something new about how decisions that affect you are made in your community. My name is Dasha Gueletina. I'm one of the co-chairs of CivicSchool. I'm currently an urban planning student at the University of Toronto, and I have a bachelor's in economics and public policy at the University of Ottawa. I also sit on the board of the Social Planning Council of York Region, one of the partner organizations supporting this project.
And my name is Gurney Dami. I'm one of the co-chairs for CivicSchool. I have an educational background in nutrition, food security, and sociology. I'm affiliated with York Region Food Network and the Youth Food Committee, two partner organizations supporting CivicSchool. Let's get into Municipal Politics 101. This module will touch on 4 topics related to municipal politics. Number 1, jurisdictions. Number 2, decision makers. Number 3, challenges facing GTA municipalities. Number 4, voting, and there will be a lot of activities sprinkled throughout, and an overview of what to expect in the remaining modules. Jurisdictions. Municipal politics affects how we get to work, the quality of care children get, the resources available in our communities, and how we're tackling the pandemic, as well as the quality of water that comes from our taps. Decisions made by municipal politicians shape the community we live in and the resources our neighbors have access to in order to have a good quality of life.
We know that there are passionate and dedicated young people across the Greater Toronto Area who care about their communities and want to help make them better for future generations. The first step in getting involved is understanding how responsibilities and legal powers are distributed across levels of government in Canada.
In the GTA, we have 3 levels of government: the federal government, which sets the laws and policies across Canada, the provincial government, which governs Ontario, the province, and the municipal governments across the regions.
According to Statistics Canada, municipal elections attract the fewest voters and are the least understood. And yet, municipal governments have the most direct impact on your daily quality of life and presents a lot of opportunities to address some of the most pressing emergencies we're facing, including the climate crisis and the housing crisis. These are some of the areas that municipal governments are responsible for governing.
In Ontario, we have 2 tiers of municipal government. The City of Toronto is a single-tier municipality, while Peel Region, York Region, Halton Region, and Durham Region are made up of smaller municipalities making up these regions, which are 2-tier municipalities. For example, York Region is made up of 9 towns and cities. The difference between 2-tier municipalities is not only that each has a smaller municipality of their own, which includes a city hall where there's town councillors and a mayor, but there's also regional councillors and a chairperson that leads decision-making tables with the mayors and regional town council for the whole region, which includes all the municipalities underneath. Upper-tier municipalities are responsible for atrial roads, transit, policing, sewer, water systems, waste disposal, region-wide land use planning and development, as well as health and social services.
Every city and region in the GTA also elects school board trustees to make important decisions about education and services to children across the public, Catholic, English, and French school boards. And now it's time for our first activity. Could you please take 5 minutes to read over the areas that municipalities are responsible for here on the screen? Pick the top 5 that affect your quality of life the most. What do you like about how your town or city handles these areas? And what do you think can be improved? Please pause the video for 5 minutes.
Decision makers. We can see that municipal government is responsible for a lot, but how do they make decisions and who gets to decide on them? Why do high school students in Toronto get access to free transit to go to school, while high school students in Newmarket don't? Why do some communities feel safer to walk at nighttime and others don't? Answering these questions requires understanding who decides where the resources we share are directed and the rules you have to follow. Municipal elected officials get their authority to make decisions from the Municipal Act of 2001. This law outlines the responsibilities of a municipal council, the head of council, and members of the council. The Municipal Act is a piece of provincial legislation and can change at the will of the provincial government. There is also the City of Toronto Act that gives additional taxation powers and accountability measures to the City of Toronto beyond those of other municipalities.
Municipal elections are held every 4 years, where every Canadian citizen over the age of 18 gets to select a mayor, a city councillor, a school board trustee, and if they live in a 2-tier municipality, a regional councillor as well.
Your city or town government is led by a municipal council made up of all the councillors your community elected. The council decides the rules that establish what the city government can or cannot do, and how municipal tax revenue is spent, and how to set property tax rates. Municipal councils vote on decisions by majority rule at council meetings that are generally open to the public. The Municipal Act lays out the reasons the council cannot give for closing a meeting to the public. These meetings are important, and this is where public voices and views need to be shared with councillors, and also where councillors have to give reasons for decisions that they make.
A recent change to provincial law has given the Mayor of the City of Toronto the ability to veto or override municipal bylaws if they conflict with provincial priorities. In all other municipalities, decisions are made by the whole council, and every councillor and the mayor have one vote on council decisions. Councils are responsible for 1. Representing the public, you and your community, and considering the well-being and interests of your town or city. 2. Developing and evaluating the policies and programs of your municipality. 3. Deciding which services the municipality provides. 4. Making sure that the right policies, programs, and procedures are in place to make the decisions of council a reality. And finally, maintaining the financial integrity of the municipality.
Every municipal council in the Greater Toronto Area is led by a mayor, who also acts as the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, of the municipality. The mayor presides or leads council meetings, provides leadership to the council, and provides councillors with information they need to fulfill their responsibilities, as we just discussed.
Every voter elects a town or city councillor to represent their interests and priorities during an election. When they get to office, councillors have the responsibilities of representing the views of their constituents on the questions the council discusses, creating, evaluating, and changing the course of government's actions in the future, or policy making, and a stewardship role to ensure that the financial resources and administrative capacity of the municipality are used efficiently and effectively. Some municipalities don't use a ward system, and councillors run for the council in general without being assigned to a specific part of the city or town. Councillors are assigned to committees to study and decide on issues affecting your city or town.
The regional councillors are responsible for the policies and programs related to the upper tier municipal jurisdictions of atrial roads, transit, policing, sewer and water systems, waste disposal, region-wide land use planning, as well as childcare, public health, and social services. Every member of Region Council has one vote in council decisions.
City councillors, regional councillors, and mayors all sit on committees focused on various service sectors and priorities for the municipality. This is where groups of councillors look into the details of specific issues, like policing, housing, and libraries. They can also involve residents sitting on committees. Public committee meetings most often offer times for members of the community to present to the committee and to the public.
Under Ontario's Education Act, trustees get their power by being members of the corporate school board. Trustees are accountable to the public for the collective decisions of the board and delivery and quality of educational services. They are also responsible for services such as setting policy directions and the future of schools and school services, and keeping the director of education for the school boards accountable and creating connections between community and school boards. Trustees need to understand the legal, political, and legislative parameters in which school boards operate to make decisions and have to align with legislation, regulation, and other provincial policies. Candidates need to be aware of this when making campaign promises.
In addition to elected members of municipal government, there is a team of public servants implementing the decision of the municipal council. City staff are usually led by a chief administrative officer. Municipal staff study issues in the community, reach out to communities, maintain road and water systems, generally deliver municipal services, and report to the municipal council and the public.
All these people we mentioned take on the responsibility of addressing immediate challenges facing communities in the GTA. While every municipality and ward has a unique set of circumstances, there are a number of issues that mayors and other municipalities have been talking about consistently over forums such as the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. These issues are complicated, involve a lot of people and livelihoods, and affect all of us. Learn more about your municipality by searching the city name or region online and going to the official website. Get familiar with your city or town's priorities, strategic plans, and departments.
Now, could you please take the next 10 minutes to find the following information online? 1. The name of your ward's councillor. 2. The name of your school board trustee. 3. The name of your mayor. 4. The 3 municipal committees that discuss issues that matter to you. And finally, the names of candidates for councillor, school board trustee, and mayor in your ward. Voting. You can register to vote at www.voterlookup.ca. This will ensure that you're on the voter list and get a voter card in the mail. If you don't register to vote, you can still apply to vote until voting polls close on October 24th. When you arrive to vote, please bring one document with your name and address. This can be an Ontario's driver's license, a mortgage, lease, or rental agreement, an insurance policy, a credit card statement, a bill for hydro, water, gas, telephone, or internet. You are not required to bring a piece of photo identification to vote. If you don't have any of these documents, you can still fill out a declaration of identity form to vote. To vote for your school trustee, you will be asked whether you want to vote for the English Public, French Public, English Catholic, or French Catholic school board in your area. You can choose which school board you wish to vote for. Choosing who to vote for is a serious decision about how you think we should direct the resources we share as local communities to build the future we want. It's a personal decision, and everyone gets to decide how they prepare for that decision. But reading about the platforms of the people running for office is important in making an informed decision. Despite frequent reminders to vote, we often hear from our classmates, co-workers, and friends that they don't see the point in participating in a system where voting won't lead to significant change. Voting is just one of 1,000 different ways that you can affect how your community operates. And it's essential that as many of us as possible make our voices heard about how we think our communities should be run. Our hope with this series is to introduce you to some of the ways that you can get involved in the municipal election beyond voting. and use your skills and time to change the narrative about municipal politics to become something that inspires hope for the future and provides feasible plans to make those hopes a reality. CivicSchool will be offering the following modules over the next few weeks to go beyond how the systems work and get into what you can do today to get involved in changing them.
Thank you for taking time to learn about municipal politics. We hope you enjoy the module and the rest of the series.
And remember that youth issues are voting issues.